Beneath one of the most popular fishing piers on Vancouver Island is a graveyard. Abandoned traps, Coastline, years of gear tangled into a web nobody ever talks about. We went to clean it up, and what we found was worse than we imagined. Hey adventurers, and welcome back to BC Adventures. I'm Ryan Swan, and today we're doing a crab trap recovery dive. We're here at the Sidney Pier. People have been fishing and crabbing off this pier for generations. It's a community staple. Families come here, kids come here, and a lot of crabbers throw their traps in right off the rail. But here's the thing nobody talks about. Not every trap makes it back up. Lines get cut, gear gets lost, traps sink and settle to the sea floor. And they just stay here. Long after crab bait is gone, long after the line goes slack, long after anyone knows where they are. That gear doesn't disappear. It keeps fishing, catching, and potentially killing marine life. It doesn't stop. That's what makes it ghost gear. And Sidney Pier, based on what we found down there, has a lot of it. So we got Mara today.
Hello.
And Quinn.
What up, BC Adventures?
Quinn is become quite the regular on BC Adventures. He's in like half my videos. And then we got Classic, Trevor Schwaga.
Hello.
We've got a pretty good dive team today for the crab trap recovery dive. Our mission, get in, find as many abandoned crab traps as we could, and get them out. Simple plan, however, the ocean had other ideas. Here's something most people don't think about. Right above us, while we're underwater, crabbers are still throwing traps in. Active traps are dropping as we dive. Lines are tangling through the water column, and we're swimming right through it. It's not a secret that Sidney Pier is a busy crabbing spot, and we're not here to stop that. People enjoy it, we get it. Crabbing is a part of the culture here. But there's a difference between active gear and abandoned gear. And what's waiting for us at the bottom? Mostly abandoned. We knew that going in, but knowing and seeing it, those are two very different things. Sidney Pier is not an easy dive site. Visibility is poor, currents run through here, and active crabbers are throwing gear in above you the whole time. You have to be deliberate. Watch where you're going, and be ready to navigate and work around lines as you descend. As we drop down below the surface, the pier structure closes in around us. And that's when you start to see it. Ropes everywhere, wrapped around the pilings, tangled with the cables, looped through each other in a web that took years to build. Some of it is active gear. You can tell this because the lines look newer and there's still bait in the cages. We navigated around those and left them alone. But the rest? That's where things got eye-opening. The seafloor beneath Sidney Pier looks like a trap yard. Box traps, pyramid nets, ring nets, some so old they're falling apart when they sit. There are reef balls down here, artificial reef structures placed years ago to encourage marine life and scuba diving. But some of them are completely tangled up with crab nets and old rope. You can barely see the structure underneath. And the lines are the real story. Every direction you look, there's another rope, looped, crossed, wrapped around the cables and other ropes and each other. Some of it has been down here so long, it's embedded into the structure of the pier itself. This isn't just a messy dive site. This is a trap. Not for crab, for anything that swims through here. Oh, and there were also 2 shopping carts down here. Because of course there were. We started cutting. Some of the lines were so tangled with the other lines and cables that the only way to free the gear was to slice through them one section at a time. Cut, pull, move, repeat. Then there was Trevor. He found a trap that had been sitting on the silt for so long it was basically a part of the sea floor. He grabbed it, pulled. Nothing. He repositioned, braced, and lifted. If you've ever seen someone do a deadlift, that's what it looked like underwater. That trap didn't want to leave, but Trevor, he made it leave anyway. Meanwhile, Mara and Quinn were working their section. Every trap we recovered, we started piling them together on the bottom, building a stack we could deal with at the end of the dive. And the whole time above us, Crabbers were still throwing fresh traps in. By the end of the dive, we had a pile. 20 traps. Box traps, pyramid nets, pieces, rope, all of it stacked and ready. Now came the hard part, getting it to the surface. We threaded a rope through the pile, weaving it through trap after trap, and pulled it tight. One bundle, 20 pieces of gear. I clipped off the lift bag to the bundle and filled it. For a second, nothing happened. Then the rope went taut. 20 traps, rising. Years of abandoned gear, ghost fishing, tangling, trapping, heading to the surface for the first time since it was lost. Hey, we got it up. Looking at this pile on shore, you start to understand the scale of it. 20 traps. And here's what people said after we made the news. Some crabbers pushed back online, said we were shining a bad light on the industry, that crab traps have rock cords by regulation, and those rock cords open a section of the trap when it's abandoned and stops catching. And they're not entirely wrong. Rock cords do open part of the trap, but rope doesn't rot. The netting along these traps doesn't rot either. And when you have 50 or 100 pieces of gear down there, the lines don't stay separate. They tangle, they cross, they wrap around each other and around the pier and around everything else. And over years, it becomes the web we saw down there today. You can see what we pulled up. You tell me.
Ryan, I'm just gonna move your car keys.
Yeah, sounds good. That's a nice thing about having the minivan now. You can get to put all this sea junk in it. Yeah, we might want to do... Yeah, we could...
There!
Yeah, okay.
And just plop that sucker right in. It should be good just like that.
Spin this out.
Ryan, your car is gonna smell so good.
Yeah, that's what I was
Your
going.
car smells overrated.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for. Sea garbage.
Sea garbage.
Yeah, that and a bit of seaweed and some dead crab.
You know what? Now I'm happy to bring my Pathfinder. Good job.
After the dive, we spoke to the media. The story got out. In fact, it went all across the province. Totally crazy. We never expected that much attention. We also reported the gear to the DFO, Fisheries and Oceans Canada, and technically, we should have told them before we went in. They have concerns about divers cutting active traps, and we understand that. Active traps are easy to identify underwater. Fresher line, and bait still in the traps. We worked around them. However, the DFO and nonprofit organizations, they can organize proper permitted cleanups. They have the resources and the authorization to go further. If you lose a trap, please report it. That's all it takes to start the process. We removed about 20 traps. There could be 50 to 100 more down there. BC Adventures isn't a cleanup organization. We're about promoting scuba diving, celebrating marine life, and show people what ocean stewardship looks like at a local level. We're just trying to do our part. Here's what we hope. That crabbers take a little more care with their gear. That if something gets lost, it gets reported. And that the attention this story got will inspire others, divers, fishers, community members, to look at these waters a little differently. Because what's down there affects everything. If you want to explore, discover, and protect this coastline with us, hit subscribe, drop a comment, and share this with somebody who loves the ocean.
Okay, and we'll see you next time on BC Adventures.